though. Is there anyone even seriously still watching using Thread? Also, I don't have a start screen here because I'm just so lazy to do these things. So I'm not sure when exactly the stream actually starts. I do hope all the hello and all the very wisdomous beginning was covered initially. But nevertheless, I'm actually, yeah, I don't even know whether the notifs, where does it go? If it goes on YouTube, if it still goes on Discord. Uh, cool. Anyway, we are here another Title Tuesday. It's a very rare Title Tuesday because it's rare that Magnus dares to take part in a Title Tuesday where I am also playing. So it's quite rare in that sense. And we are, yeah, it's quite rare in that sense. And it is going to be one such Tuesday. No 11 out of 11 for Magnus this time, I presume. But yeah, anyway, till the tournament starts, let's just put it out on the different social media platforms. We don't have a lot of time for that, but let's try and. It is, after all, a Blitz tournament. You have just about a minute. It's out there on Twitter already, I guess. So click, copy link, then take a screenshot. Done. Now we go to Insta, add story. It's very important that we add the link because kind of pointless having 10,000 followers and posting a very simple link. Not a very exciting title, I should say, because I'm not really feeling all that excited. And the game has started. I don't have my earphones connected, so I didn't hear the notification. But anyway, let me also put it out on. I'm gonna try the Dutch defense in honor of Anish. Do we really? I just posted on threads. Yeah, it's done. Now it's time to focus because even when I focus at my best, I get beaten up so much. I really hope I'm not playing any other audio in case of a copyright strike. Let's put on some music whilst our opponent faces the music. There is yeah. Let me know if the sound is too much or something like that. Until then, let me get back to the game. Rook B1 is a strange move in the Dutch defense, but I kind of walked right into his point there. Or maybe not. What flag is my opponent? Vanya Ryan from Uganda. I've never been to Africa. ID for the spring if I check. So he will move out of the way. I'm sure he will move his queen also out of the way. During Olympiad, I saw some of his African teams and they had some of the most beautiful costumes out there. Quite colorful. Okay, chat. So I think we are through the most difficult phase of the stream, the initial phase, where all the boomer moments happen. Chat, you need to be more honest with me. The last stream was so bad in terms of audio, and everyone kept going like it's all fine, it's all fine. And today I checked my audio settings and it turned out that I just forgot to connect an audio output. So you were hearing all the music that you were hearing was from the echo from my mic. The audio that I was playing was echoing from my mic and you were hearing it. No wonder the audio was super distorted. Why would you say it's all fine when it's so terrible? You need to have I would say you need to have better taste, but here you are on my stream, so I would like you guys to stay on the stream. So I will refrain from saying that and getting back to the game because it doesn't look all awesome here so far. At least we are not losing, which is a major achievement at the end of first. It's not even 20 minutes, but nevertheless it's still something not taken for granted anymore. Seeing how the previous stream went, if you guys remember, looking at how the previous stream went, it is certainly happening. This version actually looks nice for us. Please Bishop F1, I plan on taking it in that too and then playing GeForce. Attack the speaker phone. Although, but how do we defend this? Tap is a very over-respectful word, but I think he nevertheless falls for it, right? I have everything protected, so it works. Thank you once again. Generous. We still need to be I'm going to put my pawns on light squares because the bishop can control the dark squares. So the bishop and pawn, they generally work in tandem. And I'm putting the queen on f7 just in case there's some potential tactics. But yeah, strategically it's good to put them on light squares as much as possible. So next this pawn goes to d3. The bishop controls the dark square, the pawn controls the light squares. There is this kind of division of labor between pawns and bishops. They are the only two pieces which can control diagonals on the chessboard. That's their unique property. Next the pawn goes to d3. Bishop d5 idea, but I can give a rook e1 check and take the bishop. So that doesn't bother. Once a pawn goes to d2, it's unstoppable. Here we don't really need to follow the light square dark square thing because pawn is unstoppable to queen. Bishop d5 we can just go queen f8. Queen is the same. Also not a problem. But okay, he sets up a light square blockade, which is good enough. So my opponent defends until now bishop d1 is c2, so there's nothing stopping us. Bishop c5 will also be length by queen f3 check, and D1 to me already is a threat. C2 is also a threat. Cool. That was not that difficult. Good first round win. Which is how first round should be in general. It's just that sometimes people play much stronger than we do, which is a bit unfair. Yeah, there we go. Are we technically allowed to see chat during PT? No, we are not allowed to. Yes, the music is loud, so we are going to bring that down. So yeah, I'm not going to look at chat during the games. This was already the policy from the previous stream itself. Yeah, the music audio is I think set a bit more properly from this game onwards, and it's going to be more normal stream. Magnus has also won. Our closest driver for this thing. Hey Urvil, miss you too. As I mentioned, we will try to stream more regularly. So let's see who are all playing this Tuesday. There's Magnus, there is Ali Raza, some of our closest rivals, Dubao, Wesley, so there's also Arjun Erika, I see, and Grishchup. Then there is the chess child. Who, chat, what are your guesses? Who could chess child be? Now this is a popular personality whom you might have seen on streams quite a bit, but make a guess. Who do you think is chess stream? Sorry, who do you think is the chess child? Meanwhile, do hit that like button so more people will get notifications, more people can join in. And we are facing the popular streamer who last saw in Sochi in 2019, and we did quite a bit of blitz, but it just never there was just too much copyrighted music in the background, so it was not publishable. Here my opponent seems quite well prepared. He's going for bishop d4 check and c5. It's also an interesting question how I should approach this game, because if I win it will just be a regular game, but if I don't win I might get featured on YouTube and get much more content out of it. So it is going to be a win-win. What? If I take queen b5 he wants rook b8. Is that his intention? Chat. Is it such a dangerous thing? Queen b5, rook b8, queen a4, rook b2. Wow, I'm amazed at how well prepared Eric is though. He was nowhere close to. I'll just go for it. Let's see what he has in mind. Oh, I wanted bishop c3, but then he takes rook into it. So that's not an option, unfortunately. I think we need to go knight to c3 here, which is a bit of a pity and also looks quite dangerous for us, to be honest. He can play knight b6, queen f4, knight h5. He doesn't go for it, which is good for us. He plays a good move though. Bishop to b7. Let's just get the rook out of every corner. We don't spend our life being scared of what the rook could be up to. It's a totally normal question. White is... Who's rook b6? I don't like this move so much. Can we take this pawn? Looks very greedy, the kind of move Arjun can consider. Yes, Serevan, Arjun, all these kind of pawn grabbers with legendary moves. We will just bring our pieces and develop quietly. Although with each move, I am more and more tempted to take this. rook c8 is a good move. He has a good lead on time also, so we need to be careful. Where do we take this knight to? This position is very active. I just need to start playing faster. I'm just struggling here with my position. In such situations, it's a good idea to try and bail out the draw, which usually a lower rated opponents also wouldn't mind, but it's psychologically not always easy to settle. We need to trade some pieces because these pieces are just too active. So that's what we are working towards. What I've noticed is there's only a certain amount of pressure that Eric can handle. So if we can keep the game going for a long time, I think he will certainly give it some chance. Already his last two moves were not great, and if I get a chance, I'll play bishop d6. I had to. Oh, am I losing something? I feel so. Feels like I'm losing something. Yeah, this is good. But let's just pretend as if we worked out everything in advance. Because okay, I did see this knight d5 move where I felt that I'm totally lost here. It's not totally a time thing. This knight is attacked. We want bishop c7 next. What is the defense now? Yeah, if I go bishop c7, what do we have? How do we get out of J? Please don't say over. Now time situation is also getting bad for him, so my guess is he will not be able to stand. Yeah, knight e7, so queen d4 is one option. I can virtually play any move that attacks the bishop, but queen d4 he has knight f5, so I can just play queen d3 maybe. It keeps pretty much the same threat going. I could also play queen d4, knight f5, then queen d3. It works the same way. He has found a way to, has he? Not lose material? I don't think so. A nice trap. Queen e5, he has queen e8 check, but I still have queen here. But I think here I can just go rook c8. F5, I did expect this one from him. Has to do this. So, okay, now we need to finish the game. I think I'll just trade queens. I think that was a clinical win, champ. Although it's still not over yet. Is he trying for his Rawson trick? Really? Wow. Should we do it for the content anyway? It does never really have a chance. It was not a bad game. This beaker was really interesting. I don't know where he got it from. If it's part of his own YouTube. Yeah, I was counting on bishop c3, but that didn't work. So after knight c3, the position looked a bit dodgy for me. I had to get the rook out first, but apparently knight d1 was a better way to do it. Because I had spent a lot of time, a lot of tempos. Rook d1, rook c1 was just terrible. Yeah, he should have gone bishop a3 first. Bishop a3, I was kind of hoping for some queen into a7 related stuff to happen. But he lured me to. Yeah, I sort of felt my position was getting better. Oh, e5 was working for him. Ah, okay, he shouldn't have taken bishop into g2. Okay, this was a mistake. He should have just taken knight into e5. This is actually not so difficult to see. Someone else could have done this against me. Bishop into g2 was a mistake. I didn't dare take knight into d7 because I didn't want to leave this knight square bishop alive. Apparently there's a simple defense here, just rook e8. What was I even thinking? I thought I was winning. But yeah, knight g6, bishop c7, now I'm winning. Terrible game, but generally that's the thing with Catalan. If you trust it, it never fails you, literally. Never ever. So, happens all the time. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Catalan will never fail you. Chat, what's up meanwhile? I don't see a lot of activity in the chat. I do read the chat in between the games, so feel free guys. You can type away during the game. It's not a emote only chat here during during time. Yeah, Hikaru. Hikaru can do a lot of things which not every other streamer can do. It's not the same thing what Hikaru can do and what others can do. It's almost a round 3 has begun. Hey Ishak, what's up? Hey HSD. Look at this guy. Look at him. Seriously. He needs to be taught some manners. He needs to be taught some lessons. Candidate master. So maybe it's a child because candidate masters get this title for winning world youth and stuff like that. Recently we were discussing, me and some of my colleagues, how the difference in AD's rating after 1v3 cores and before. So if we ever did a before and after, that would be such a powerful picture. Chat is free to guess what that correlates towards, and not all correlation is causation. But nevertheless, it's still a powerful picture. You can check the date on which 1v3 course was published. Check AD's rating at that time and AD's rating right now, and the chat is free to make their own conclusions. All I can say is it doesn't look pretty, just like White's position. Also, with such children, it's really important they learn lessons early on, so it doesn't become a habit which later becomes so much more difficult to change. Look at him just giving up a pawn in the 11th move because that's the best he can come up with, which his position allows. It's sad, but you also can't have any mercy. He asked for it. an Ukrainian kid, right? Okay, you can push pawns, c4, c5 and stuff, but it had to be done on the first move. It's probably a bit late. We actually have a Tamil proverb which means something like, doing Surya Namaskar after becoming blind. I don't know why I went queen e1, kind of walking into bishop a3. We have c5, yes, but maybe queen e6 is better. It's time to bring the rook into the game. Taking this card on the board. What is his next move? With d6, I am controlling any moves that his queen can make. What is his next move? Yeah, the queen should have gone to e6 in the first place. So we will ensure that is done the right thing. We can just trade this knight with some knight g4. Let's go for it. He can take with the bishop though. Okay, that still shouldn't be a bad thing for us, but yeah, that was not such a difficult threat to see anyway. But let's keep the pressure on. Not sure if it's in our best interest. Now he might get some counterplay on the c5. He wanted to play f6 to cover this, but might allow some c7. Right now, rook c7, we still need to be careful. Rook g7 check with it. I had initially intended to e2 against this. I have displayed this in the keeping simple. Oh, he played it. Not expecting. He feels that he has good chances of counterplaying the endgame, I think. Which might not be untrue. But I think we do have a reasonable number of things under control. I'm starting to question the amount of control. We need to go G4 anyhow. We need to play fast. It's non-negotiable. King is very weak now. Hey, what? Wow, I was not expecting that. Oh, I have a feeling we're not going to win this game. Maybe and unfortunate. I didn't say unfortunate, it's just very bad play by me. Stay good. Just stupid conversion. A good question from you. Yeah, Queen C1 was just so much better. I don't know why I went Queen 6. Yeah, I just got a bit too complacent. Cool. Yeah, we can find blessings in disguise with everything. But is the music still loud? I thought I brought it down quite a bit. Cool, 2.5 out of 3. It's good for Magnus. We're not going to play in the next round. Yeah, I think Anshika said. Okay, guys, is the music better now? I think Anshika she has some games. She had some guests at her place, no? I thought she was going to miss the stream today. Okay, how's the music volume now? What's the music? How's the music volume? Yeah, Magnus also has 3 out of 3. And I'm playing an Indian Gaurang Bagwe. Perfect. I think we have found our optimal volume. 30 minutes into the stream, finally we have found that optimal volume. Although I do miss hearing the moon during the game, but I think that's okay. It's something which is easy to adapt to soon enough. What I'm playing is known as the Vincent Femur system, in which I think even Leon Mendonca published a DVD. This invites D4. I don't know if that was working. It's good that my opponent didn't play it, and I will castle when I have the chance. And this is the middle game position that we want. Here, I think we can even take on e4 because those positions are just a little bit better for us. The e4 pawn is always weak for our opponent. It gives us very comfortable position, you know. This f5 e4 complex, it is a bit of a weakness. It's not perfect opening play by us, but it has got us into a comfortable position. I actually prefer to have the queens on the board. So initially I was going towards an in-game. His position is also not that bad though. This queen e2, I don't feel great about queen e2. Maybe we should change it back to c2, or I'll put it on e1 4. So it's not attacked by anything. Put a bishop on f1, so the knight on c4 is well protected. Next, we might do knight e1. Queen takes f1, then queen c4 check. This is a potential threat. Bishop b4 was something I was anticipating. I can play bishop into f6, force g takes f6, then give rook d8, rook d8, queen e2. That certainly gives a slight edge for us because of his pawn structure. Bishop c3 was my initial intention, which is also not bad. I kind of like bishop into f6 more. So should we start with bishop f6? Yes, I think we should start with bishop f6. He has to take with the g pawn. Take the rooks off the board. Oh, hang on. Yeah, he could take queen d8. Then after queen e2, I would lose a piece after b. Now also he has some rook d2 ideas, but queen h5 and queen into f5 is our intended response, and I think we have a perfectly fine position. Oh, but b5 we didn't see that. This is a problem, chat. This is a problem because we don't have a good square for her knight to go to. I think a3 is the only. We're also kind of lucky that we even have this move. Now we have knight a5. The problem here was after knight b2 there was rook d2. So that would have been such an ouch moment for us. It's a bit brave from him. I have knight c6, but I guess he just moves his queen. So maybe rook c6 is better. Take this pawn now because bishop d7 there is queen c4 check. And queen c4 check immediately is a threat. I can just go knight c4, which is my first intention. I need to play faster because I have become old. Here I think I'm the queen d5 check. Okay, here's bishop e6. Moves the bishop, there's a rook e6 with the pawn. Okay, this speed is wrong. d6, rook e6, queen c5 should certainly e7 can take, and rook e6. It should certainly be strong. There's something better than simple enough. We just we need to, whatever we do, we need to play. Just to keep the rooks. Although then it's a question of why did we even play rook c7. I mean, it doesn't look good for him. Seems to be living a bit dangerously. See what he did. At least the tricks are off me. Did I do? Still one. It was not the best technique, but we were in no doubts that this was winning, and so it turned out. Yeah, the endgame was a draw, but he needed to be careful. This rook b4 is a mistake. Also, it's best to go rook b1 here, so that after king h4, there's always rook h1 check. Just not allow the king to h4. That's the best defense. After, rook b4 also does the same thing. It doesn't allow me to play the king to h4. So he shouldn't have allowed me to play king h4. Either rook b4 or rook b1. Rook b3 check was a panic move, and this position is winning for us, for sure. But surely there would have been better ways to. First of all, g3, d4 would have been a problem. So I should have started with knight e2 if I wanted to do this. Bad opening play. Then the position was just equal here, but it's always kind of pleasant for white, these positions. Yeah, he had to play rook d4. I'm a bit surprised that this is just completely equal. I thought it was better for white during the game. b5, we were lucky that we had a3. Here, knight c6 was apparently strong. Rook c6 is also not bad, and this position could have been converted a lot smoother. Yeah, this was a point where I was spending a lot of time thinking that there should be something, but I missed queen e3 and queen e6. This is a very nice, elegant solution. The thing I was spending most time on was queen c5, rook d7, takes, 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 takes. This apparently turns out to be a draw, because despite the bad pawn structure of black, there's no way to make use of it. So I had to play knight d6, rook d6, queen a3 and queen e6. This was important. I missed that. f4 was a very panic move by him. Couldn't have played this. but the advantage was minimal. Rookie was very nice. Queen even this queen F5 check. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't take queen into F7. That was so stupid from me because my king is the one which is more unsafe. So the queens being off makes so much more sense. And with 4 seconds to go, I think this was the most prudent thing to do. Also, rook c6, pushing this king away and then playing rook c5 instead of starting with rook c5 check, which would allow king g4. That would have been bad for us. What's our opponent's rating? Gaurav Bagli. Gaurav Bagli rating. PDA Master from India, 2348. 2008 born, so he's about 14 or 15 years old. His rapid rating is 1800. Typical. These are the people I go and struggle against when I play these over the board tournaments in India. Abhijit in the chat. Thank you, Abhijit. Okay, lot of messages earlier. Hey Akshay, what's up? I just joined Discord as a person who never used Discord. This is one of the most confusing things. I think it's not that confusing actually. I myself don't use Discord a lot, but there's a console, you type text, it all works the same way. Where are all the Srinath wedding jokes? They've become so old that people have gotten bored and they stop being jokes. Yeah, Hikaru did get married. Let's hope he gets calm like Virat after marriage. Wouldn't life be, wouldn't things get much more boring that way? All the best, Abhijit, in Isle of Man. Good that with its birthday happened before the first round this time, so no one has a chance to spoil it. Yeah, you can't spell Hikaru without a hi. Yes, true. And there have been several instances where Nihal used to call him as Hi Nakamura because the full name will not appear. It will be like Nakamura, Kama Hi, and yeah, it would be you'd call it Hi Nakamura, and even for Title Tuesday, it would come on Chessbase as Title Tuesday OP. And he would keep asking me why it's Title Tuesday OP. Because it's Title Tuesday Open. Hikaru being salty C is the best thing in chess. Yeah, Hikaru, I would say just being entertaining rather than anything else. So, what's the scene in Isle of Man, Abhijit? Is the opening ceremony going on out there? And what are the standings like? Magnus is with 4 out of 4, as expected. And a bunch of other people. Grishchuk, David Paravian. This is the IM from Sweden. About 2500, I think. There's Botnik, there's Oparin, Steinberg, there's Ashwath, S. Ashwath. I don't quite remember who this person is. Sergei Gigalko, who also dropped a bunch of rating, like AD, who he used to be 2600, and Abhimanyu Puranik, who just missed beating Magnus quite recently in Qatar. Then in 3.5, there's me, there is Arjun Ergaisi, and this is Martin Kravtsev, a pretty good player from Ukraine. Alireza has 3 out of 4. Okay, interesting. Chess Fatbar is, I think, Li Chao. It's one of the Chinese grandmasters, not the this generation Chinese grandmaster. Who did Alireza lose to? Lost against Eyeball 95. Who's some Igor Vaklano from Moscow. Who's this person? He's 2547. No, he's not 2547. 2413 FIDE master from Russia, 95 bond. So not exactly a young genius. Okay, the next game has started. We are playing a higher rated opponent, Mahdavi Reza, 2008. Potentially his date of year of birth. Going for a less ambitious setup. D4 would be the more principal line. I don't quite like this last structure though. Especially after I committed D3, there's not the option to transpose into the main lines with D4. I can't say this is my favorite. Nevertheless, we are going for the E4 break. The first step is to this has transposed into a familiar position from the Slav main lines, but I'm not sure of the exact position which I'm thinking of. Shows release though. It seems like my opponent's memory seems a bit more hazier than mine. Looking at his recollection time, certainly taken longer. This certainly feels like a familiar position. Yeah, we don't want to give up the A2 pawn. So I was looking at this variation with bishop at A3 going into A3, E4 takes, but then white just takes the A2 pawn. So I think let's try and take with the queen. If at all we have to allow this trade. It looks like a familiar position, but I just don't remember anything. Certainly won't take CD here. And now everything gets traded, yeah? Yeah, knight takes d4, he takes with the knight. Take with the knight, bishop takes d5. It still should be a little bit better for white, I think, because we'll have the we might just have a little bit, not at the speed at which I'm playing right now. Okay, goes with the queen to d8. I was hoping for queen d6. We have no option but to come back because rook c1 was knight c5. I'm not really sure if we have anything anymore. Play has been way too slow. Has to go down. Okay, whatever I do, I need to play it much faster. Clear. Just in case. Just in case, protecting everything. Also, I get a sense of the style of play, which seems aggressive. So I'm just neutralizing any attempt by him to build an initiative. Oh, I just blended this. Took on night of one minute. Just stupid blender. After night of one, it was clearly nicer for white. I don't know what I was thinking going in the image 2 so fast. Just stupid blender. Knight f1, he had to play knight d5 to protect this. Something like rook d7 wouldn't have worked for him. Ah, he had to play e4. She would have seen. Something like this. Something like this would have been nice for white. It's not difficult to see. Oh wow. Anshika is here and Vidhi is here. Not too many Indians in this title Tuesday. Yeah, hence Magnus is crushing. True, 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 true. Yeah, all the GF leaks and marriage jokes are over now. They have become ancient, like me. Sai Tarun is asking, do you think the system is fair where the top players can play just a couple of tournaments, not lose rating and qualify for candidates through rating? Who's doing that? Who's not playing a lot and qualifying to candidates? And there's also playing criteria for candidates. Although your rating remains, I think you need a minimum activity. Want Gukesh to qualify through Grand Swiss so that Arjun can have chance through FIDE circuit. Actually, if you want both to qualify, then I think Gukesh has a better chance through the FIDE circuit. So if Arjun qualifies through Grand Swiss and Gukesh qualifies through FIDE circuit, that is a likelier probability distribution compared to the opposite. Why not e4 instead of rook c7? I actually don't like losing to this kid, Mehdavi Reza, because you have to beat them when they're young, and he's still not at that strength. He doesn't feel that strong, so it's just disappointing to lose this one. Yeah, I can play e4 instead of rook c1, but I didn't want to commit this pawn because it loses control of important squares. So I prefer to maintain the pawn structure the way it was. I should have just played faster. That was the biggest mistake in this game. I played too slow. That was my mistake. Anyway, on to the next one. So far, the quality of games in this title Tuesday, I think, has been a bit better. Even this game was a 90% accuracy, and the previous one 86. 86 is not bad against Sasha. How much was it? 92. So the accuracy levels has been better. It was not great against Eric, but first round was also 88. So it's been going decent uh, so far today. Meanwhile, Magnus on 5 out of 5. Puranic Arjun on 4.5 out of 5, and we are playing a Grandmaster, Nikita Machinian, who has only a rating of 2659. So, not a frequent guy on chess.com, I imagine. Since Abhijit was watching the stream, I don't know if he's still watching the stream, but since he was, I will play his favorite opening, the classical Sicilian, in which he actually recently had a game in this specific line, Queen d3, Bishop d7. His opponent played Knight b5. This was in Qatar, I think. I don't remember who it was though. But not. But yeah, I think Abhijit forgot the opening. Bishop e2. Here, rook c8 is a move. Queen g3. Now I don't remember. How do we find? I think Queen g3 is a bad move. But I don't remember what. I think it's related to some x6g. But is it with knight into d4 or without? Five, rook c5. Yeah, I think 94 was included. But yeah, I think 94 was included. I hope knight g4 was included. Now I think he loses a piece. Queen g5, I think there's rook c5. Yeah, and bishop g5, there's simply knight h5 and he loses a piece. Because bishop into e7, knight into g3, bishop into d8, knight into h1, that wins an exchange. And bishop into d8. Can I also play some rook into c3 here? It's possible, I guess. But I remember this was a move. Now rook into h2 is also coming up next. This position is still not totally clear though. I wouldn't say it's winning by any means. Because he does have this dark square bishop. Can use it to bother our king in particular. Let's say he plays e5. That does make sense. I want to protect this pawn with something like rook c6, but then he goes e5. Maybe just bring the rook here. Take this bishop while we can. Once we this should be okay. And this is where king e7. Otherwise also I think we have king e7, so that shouldn't be a bother. Knight is a bit out of the game, but we have time to bring it back. Also doesn't bother me, so. King e7 was our intention, right? There was some tactic we are missing there. Okay, I think this is not the problem. Take note is bishop. I need to check it out. So the knight is also out. Maybe I could have played rook h3, rook into f3 first. That would have been better. We need to take this pawn. This is very important. Take two one. Okay, winning something then. Ah, he is b5. Okay. What I saw, just hope it's working. This one I always have been b7. Currently not winning. Ah, I pushed him towards the right corner. Ah, yeah, this is what I was kind of hoping for. We get it. Online chess. Flagging works. It's a different game, guys. Different rules. I know, right? I know. Arjun tends to be in these most heartbreaking situations, which has not made my aging process any slower. Why I keep going towards this variation? I need to start playing more. There's a certain window where this variation worked really well for a while. I think that window's out. As long as D4 doesn't work, we are safe. Here it's not as dangerous. Just a standard position. Meanwhile, chat, I'm not looking at you a lot today, but do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so more people can tune in, learn that the channel is not totally buried yet. It was dead, but sometimes it does get a bit of CPR going before it becomes dead again. But those rare streams, I think it still deserves to have the notification put out. Not quite sure if YouTube agrees with that philosophy. So hitting that like button does persuade Google a bit. I mean YouTube. Really don't expect anything to turn up with the adventure that I'm doing for. Yeah, knight of 6, and I don't have anything here. So was much ado about nothing. That's the English idiom. We need to just come back, accept defeat. Sometimes you have to accept defeat and make a retreat. That's the best thing to do. This is one such situation. At least we gained some time out of all that adventure, so that's one thing. Online Blitz is a lot about time. This is also something we have learned time and again. This is such an equal position, chat. Such an equal position. I'm not really expecting much to come out of this. As long as we don't lose, I think it should be okay. We do have control of the d5 square. Minor strategic. Just so minor, but I don't really think it might have any bearing on the game situation. I don't mind retreating a bit, as mentioned earlier. Sometimes we take a step back and then we go 2 steps forward. Here the point is, I kind of like that his king has been weakened, which will enable us to get a repetition anytime in the future if we need to, and we probably might need to. Second thing is, I didn't like the change in his pawn structure. And third thing, most important thing, is to keep playing fast, because the position is certainly not better for us. E5 feels like a draw. I think we need to take the draw. This is what I was expecting him to play. Queen d5 check. Ah, but he has queen d7 now. This is not good news for us. Maybe I should have gone king g1 instead. It would have been better. Because now we are losing our pawn. Bad. Oh, this is horrible. It is losing this game. Outright. There's no way to stop this pawn. The one king g1. Whole point was 90s and this queen g5 queen d8. Escaping with a draw. Here also there was drawing chances because just one pawn. King g4 was careless. Too fast, too weak. Has to be the worst game today. Yeah, here anything. King g1 was a draw. It's so stupid. So stupid. It was such an easy difference. This round 7 now. I can't flag, it's 1 second increment. I don't think Hikaru's playing. You can't blame YouTube with your stream schedule. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree that it has been a bit less frequent in this year, but there was once a time where I was streaming regularly. For this year to go all the way back to 2020, really long time. But yeah, I was streaming really regularly, and then there was this brief period where I didn't stream for a couple of weeks, and YouTube was super angry and critical just for those 2 weeks. It was right then and there that I realized that there's no satisfying YouTube. It's always going to be like this. YouTube is always not going to be happy with me, so might as well, set realistic expectations, and that's where it began. Magnus has 7 out of 7. Magnus is doing a Fabi. But Arjun is quite close there, 6-0, so he can still stop him, I guess. And there is also Robbie Kevlishvili, not very high rated. He recently played against Gukesh and lost in Kata Masters. He also has 7 out of 7. Let's have a look at who all he defeated. Now, Kevlishvili is someone against whom even I have a better score. But he's beaten some pretty strong players today. He defeated Andrekin, he defeated Paravian. Not bad, not bad. We should have had 5 points. Oh, Nihal's also playing today. Wow. I'm streaming. Nihal's playing Tile Tuesday. It is a different Tuesday today. And who has less points below? Return of the Lagger. Who's playing, by the way? Who's still playing? Whose games is good? I think no games are good. Ah, there's Eric is still playing. And he's beating Grandmaster Ori Kobo. Nice. C2, King C2 and C2 would have also won, but okay. This is win. Wow, Eric has more points than us. We have some catching up to do. This is GP Harshvardhan. He's also done well so far. 6 out of 7. And I'm playing another Grandmaster, Mallet, Jan Elvis, who used to be quite strong once upon a time. He was I think 2600 plus in his best years. Now he's nowhere close to his peak, of course, but yeah, he was once a pretty good player, pretty strong player. Seems like he didn't get the memo that the game has started. I don't think Alireza will qualify by rating. I'm not sure, but yeah, there is a fair point though. I mean, FIDE did destroy the rating system in such a way that it incentivizes not playing as much. About which I've been quite vocal and active on Twitter. But there seems to be reforms coming in next January. At least that has been the promise. So let's just hope that FIDE keeps up that promise. Meanwhile, we have an opponent who's so terrified of us that he doesn't even want to turn up. Uh, Funny story, I played Jan Elvest in the first round of Dubai Open in 2000, a long time ago. Yeah, he's out here. And at that time, he was the first seed. I was a young 2200. He was the first seed of the tournament. And I think he had a rating of 26 something. Goes for a simple opening. Makes sense. We also go for a simple pawn structure, a caravan pawn structure, which was also featured a bit in King Nepo match. I don't want to give up my bishop for this one. I prefer to keep the bishop. Right from the outlet, I think it's kind of clear that we are going for the flag, right? How apparent is it, Chan? My opponent turned up a minute late. Not everyone is Magnus Carlsen or Pragnananda. And when people come late to a blitz game, it's kind of logical that they get flagged. You can play f6 just to, yeah, okay. Become liquidated so much that it's going to be difficult to create chances. Already a threat was the b8 rook max. And in general, this e6 pawn is a bit of a weakness. I have to move my rook. There's no. I can play king f7 to strengthen this. Okay, this is way of playing safe. It is tempting to go e3 here. I think b takes is a bit safer. Bit adventurous from the rook, because our king itself is not all that safe. And his point is, how am I even going to move this queen away? Because he always has rook takes e6. So this question is, what's your threat, friend? He's right to be asking this question. Also dangerous because we are leaving this. I'm getting out tacticulated by old men now. We all fine here. Apparently, seems to be. In H1, Group G1 doesn't seem to be yielding anything. How do we make progress here? Can defend everything with just a queen. It's frustrating. That yeah, we don't have anything. We need to bail out and make a draw. Just hope that it's an unpleasant change of pace for him. Get the pace. Let's see that. But for a second, I probably. Oh man, the disconnection. The disconnection, and it should be game over for me. Chess.com strikes again. Kind of hoping we'll at least get a draw here. Brilliant. Ridiculous. It was made so much more. It was just bad play, but the disconnection certainly didn't help. Yeah, this was just losing for me. Queen d8, Queen d7. A younger man would have finished me off. But the queen endgame was certainly defendable after I won this pawn. Not after, not before that. Winning the d4 pawn was certainly a turning point. And aside from that, there's literally no place where there's any chance. So it's kind of silly to think of it as a missed opportunity. It's just equal all the way through. Lindor's Abhi Blitz. So it's not a one-off thing, I think. It probably follows every Grand Swiss, but I'm not sure if it's it's the same sponsor. Wow, so you can multi-stream on Twitch, is it? But I'm getting disconnected on single stream. Okay, you can say that other servers are not like chess.com, so you won't get disconnected, and which would be a fair point because Nothing else in the world, nothing else in the world uh, disconnects you as often as the chess.com server. And the probability of chess.com server disconnecting or messing up is almost as high as the probability of me not streaming. So you can imagine how likely it is. So Magnus Carlsen drew against Kevlishvili. How are the others doing? Nihal has 6.5. Harshvardhan has only 6 points. Also Wesley So. Abhimanyu Puranik. Everyone having only 6 points. Lot of people on 6. Who is this White Knight 2612? Rohit Krishna also with 6. All these kids have caught up with me, I should say. At least on chess.com rating, which is usually quite reliable because people are more active on chess.com. The ratings do get updated more frequently than on over the board feeding. So there is a massive lag between the strength of the player and the ratings being updated because a lot of games happen unrated. So, for instance, a lot of chess.com games are unrated. A lot of unrated tournament games are unrated. So, all of these things are unrated, and it takes time, therefore, to reflect. Yeah, they have the biggest traffic. True, to be fair, yes, they have the biggest traffic amongst all. But having said that, what the tech people I know have told me is that scalability should not be such a big difficulty for a company of chess.com's level. They should be able to handle the kind of load they have quite comfortably, ideally. And the bus, whatever I heard is chesscom is not necessarily the one with the best tech or the best playing experience, but it is the most marketed company and has the best user base, and that gives a big advantage because people want to be where other people are, and that makes all the difference. So there is certainly an advantage, and they have improved a lot, so you also have to give them some credit. You can't just give them all slack. They have improved a lot, but problems seems to be there all the time. There are people like Samay who are trying to break. Like, there are not even people like Samay anymore who are trying to break the server. That's the thing. It's a thing of the past. Samay streaming on chess.com. Who do you think is the upcoming best young chess player in the world? I'm wondering if I'm eligible because young is a very relative term, and unless it's defined by a strict number, I don't see why I can't be in the reckoning. I just can't see why not. Yeah, Abhimanyu Mishra is certainly a fantastic chess talent. Although it does scare me the intensity at which he functions in general. It's ripe for breaking. Under 20 seems so unfair. What was your question, Jahnavi? Who do you think? What do you think? Is there any possibility of Fabi crossing Magnus and becoming world number one? I think it's less. It's the probability of Chesscom not having a disconnection, having a smooth tournament. So I think it's very less the chances, although it's theoretically possible and may have happened few times in the history. It's not likely, I think. Magnus is going to play against Arjun in the next round, so that's going to be exciting, thrilling. Let's see how that goes. I think that should be the opening ceremony in Isle of Man, but seems like not a lot of people are attending. Do you think Dennis Lasvik has the same potential like Nodebek, Gukesh, Arjun, Prav? I don't know, to be honest. I haven't seen him a lot recently. I don't remember seeing Dennis Lasvik in 2018 in that World Under 16 Olympiad tournament where I met Arjun, Divya, all these people for the first time. And I think Dennis last week, I don't know if he played against Divya or Arjun in that game. Can I stream Grand Swiss live on my channel? I don't think so. It's a lot of hours. I'm not such an active streamer anymore, and there are other things I need to do. So, as much as I would love to commentate, cover the Grand Swiss, not yet. The time is not yet to come back as a full-time streamer. Under 20 is very big bracket in chess too. Everyone is under 20 these days. Even I feel like under 20 quite often. Um, so it is indeed a big bracket. Within the under 20 bracket, who do I feel is most promising? Abhimanyu Mishra for sure. In terms of his chess talent. Although, funny thing, I've never seen Abhimanyu play any Rapid or Blitz tournament. I've literally never seen him do it so far. It'll be interesting to invite him to the B tournament, the triathlon, where he'll be forced to play Rapid and Blitz. I'm wondering if it's a conscious decision to stay away from Rapid and Blitz though. I'm curious. By the way, chat, it feels like I'm going to get a cold. I do feel like I might fall sick. If that is the case, then the streaming frequency might reduce even more. Do a daily recap like level. Well, I'll consider it. So the thing is, I have a very tight deadline coming up, and I'm not totally free during the Grand Swiss either. But I certainly do have a tight deadline coming up for my next Chessable course. The topic of which is still a suspense, but you're free to guess. And I'm not promising any diamond membership or anything for the correct guesser, but they will get a shout out from me. So feel free to guess away. After my roasting of chess.com on today's stream, I'm really not sure if they would be enthusiastic about giving away diamond memberships. So sorry about that. This is an odd move, I mean, would be one. The idea was to just pull the knight back and then play b3, bishop b. Queen e5. Preventing me from playing. Let's go h3 just in case. Queen h5, we have g4, takes. Bishop f4, bishop e5, queen d2. I think we are okay there. So, yeah, this was the whole point of h3. Also, queen h2 is not checkmate in that position. I always have rook e1. After bishop g4, takes. Bishop f4, bishop e5. I can't, yeah, this is what I was expecting. Bishop f4. Queen d2 for now. I think we go g5. I'll take, and then play rook d1. Not checkmate, my friend. It's not checkmate. Rook d1 or somewhere else. Let's prefer rook d1. Little more space for the king. Also, queen h4, I'll go knight e4. Queen g5 check. Queen g5 comes in the check. h6, so he also anticipated this defense of mine, which was literally the only move, so surprised. Now we need to defend the f2 pawn. Queen d4 is one way. Can do it with e3 as well. f3 is a move. I don't like f3. Maybe let's go with e3. e3 should be okay. I'll just come back knight c3. Although it looks dangerous now actually. I'm beginning to feel a bit sad. Initially I had no fear of this position. But with this rook joining the party, I'm starting to feel scared. This knight party. We didn't need to keep the speed going. I just completely forward over this one, which is very strong. The rushing. I had that one check. Yes. Single solitary check. Queen h2 is a check. Correct. Need to take this. Whether I like it or not. There's literally no defense. We'll take rook into f2 and we have to resign. We can still take rook into it. It's game over. Where did things go so wrong? e3 was a mistake. Yeah. But knight e1 f5, how do we defend? I did see this actually. I saw this, but I didn't see it fully. Damn. Okay, how's Magnus doing? An endgame position, which doesn't look scary for Arjun, from what I can see. He just needs to be a little bit careful. Take this and then play e3, and I think it's pretty close to a draw. Rook a6 I don't like so much. I can feel Arjun being under pressure. Magnus has to play king f6. G takes f5, king takes f5, a3. Yeah, you should trade this pawn, and that should be a draw. Magnus may be thinking about some f4, rook f2 stuff, but I don't see that working. King f7 because he wants to take with the e pawn. Takes, a king g3 also makes sense. f4 is always king g4. Yeah, I don't see this going wrong for white. It can though. Rook a4 is a good move. You have to watch out for those rook c3, rook g4. Strict Arjun. Strict Arjun. Crazy. He wants to go king g2. What? This is just losing. Just king g4 and rook b5. Yeah, rook b4 first. Then rook b2 check is coming. Yeah, this is lost. G4. The endgame of masterclass from them. Oh, this was still a draw, is it? But it was practically very difficult. Hard to see the difference between A4 and Rook B8, to be honest. But what was the? I don't think F4 is easy to see. It was tough to defend. Rook B6 was better than Rook A4. I think this would have. But with 8 seconds, these mistakes can happen. Magnus should play the Grand Swiss. We need to talk to chessable person and ask how we got Srinath to come into a deadline. The secret is money. Hey, Sai Varun, we have regular weekly streams now. Huh? It's not like before. Now it happens with enormous frequency. There is hardly a week where I don't stream or put out the chess this week. And Rekin against Grishchuk. White is actually trying. Grishchuk is holding. Should be a draw. But online chess, weird things can happen. That can happen to Grandmaster Nikita Machinian. Okay, draw. Let's just get the 2 games done with ASAP. Because I'm hungry, I want to go and eat. It is getting late, and there's not much to play for. It's curious though why I start playing so badly after the first 4 rounds. Almost as if I lose interest after one game. My opponent is a streamer apparently. Lately, there have been a lot of streamers. Today I played 3 opponents who were streaming. One was Eric, of course. Second was that Greek guy against whom I landed like an idiot. So this is going to be the aim for the next week to play better after the first 4 rounds. Starting from today. Feels like I've forgotten so much about how to play chess. So many of these things, you know. This game also, I feel like I'm playing too fast. We have night edge for him. Because we can always break this with it. Oh, bishop h6. I wouldn't like bishop h6. Can. getting rid of a dark square cushion, which will shore it up with our pawns. Which our opponent is unlikely to miss. Also, I can't seem to stop myself from playing on this. I think I need to check. Queen G3. Oh, here. Wait. It is knight to d5. Okay. So let him come. Let's go. It's going quite far. It's just allowing F3. It doesn't seem to care. As bishop c8, how does he intend to defend an h3 pawn? Instead of asking the chat, let me just ask my opponent the question. Thing is, he doesn't need to defend it. For FG, he can always take with the queen. He's fine. Annoying, frustrating truth. This one. Ah, he just takes with king. This also works. I could have just taken everything, yeah? I was winning a pawn. So that endgame doesn't particularly feel great. This was a better decision. The only thing is I should have seen the possibility existing. Or entry pawn. Be fine. This is getting a bit frustrating. App I was playing for, but Finally, finally something. I reckon that he was missing so much and he was getting lucky that I just had to get in a checkmate to get it over. Stupid move, queen e3. I could have literally played anything else. I could have taken the pawn. God. I have a advantage. Oh yeah, I had just queen h3 check. My tactics has really gone now. Tactical ability has gone terrible. Wow, Nihal and Arjun are playing. Crazy. What happened in the game? They drew. Not unexpected. Magnus is just winning this one. But no 11 out of 11, like I mentioned in the beginning. What is happening with Humpy? There is a rating qualification spot. So I think as long as she doesn't lose rating, she's going to. Uh, yeah, she's going to qualify, I think. You thought you were going to sell your book for free? Well, there is a certain thing called demand. What is my take on what Ramesh tweeted that India doesn't have strong players coming through in age group now? I honestly think he has a better idea of these things than me because he coaches a mass group of people. I coach a selected group of people at the top. So he has, I think, a slightly better idea of what is happening at the ground level than me. Alright, chat. Last game, what ends well is well. So let's see how we can end this. Let's try and end it on a sweet note against Boundless Strike. Who is going to feel the wrath of Catalan? Okay, smart. Maybe he was stream sniping. Maybe he just didn't want to face the wrath of Catalan. England Gavin is such a bad opening. But I didn't play the best moves, and White has some compensation for the pawn after I successfully misplayed it. I don't know, some of the older audience might have seen Austin Powers. Has anyone in the chat watched Austin Powers? Where there is this time when Dr. Evil goes back in time and steals Austin Powers' mojo. That is kind of what happened to my tactical ability. Feels like it's just been stolen. I'm just missing the most basic tactic out there. You can go queen d3. Be thinking of. That, ladies and gentlemen, my tactical ability on display. Another blender. Boundless Strike, of course, sees it, takes it. Takes with the pawn. With my current level of tactical sharpness, I am going to lose against all such players. Okay, so one idea is I can take rook takes e5, d takes e5, bishop f3, bishop f3, bishop h4, but that should be losing for me after g5. Another option is to play rook e3, after which I don't think his queen has any place to go to, right? Take rook into f3. Queen can just go to f5. Kind of. Bishop f. Correct. The question is lost anyway, so need to play fast. Second problems. On him to back. So wait. Takes out my troublesome bishop. Not after queen h3, I don't see a difference for him. It's extremely unlikely that I'll survive this. Yeah, I could have taken this first. He needs to do a Fedosive. Okay, it's not happening. The result will be the same as what Fedosive had. D4 is rook e4 check. King d3 is queen e2. Queen f2 was brilliant from him. That completely didn't see it coming at all. What can you do if you don't see moves like queen f5? So that's this title Tuesday. The usual stuff in recent times. Next time will be better. Hey, Austin Powers was awesome, okay. Not sure if Magnus is going to win this title Tuesday, by the way. Feels like it's going to be Dubois. Magnus has no time. This position looks so dangerous. It was no doubt probably the rook into c6 and he's won piece. Maybe knight d4. Ooh. Yeah. This bishop into c6. Magnus is still playing though, I'm surprised. But I don't think nothing much is going to come out. Just play knight f5, knight e7, yeah. Knight e7 check. Okay, it's still not over. But surely, I mean, it's Dubois. Yeah, finally. Finally, there's a resignation, and it's Daniel Dubois, who's the winner of Title Tuesday. And somehow Magnus continues that streak of never winning a Title Tuesday when I play in the same event. Don't ask me how it's related, how it's connected. It just this. Who is beating Arjun here? Leon Levich. I didn't expect him. What's my final rating, by the way? I went down below 2800. Yeah, I need to get back 2797. So we need to get back about 2800 soon. Yeah, I think just rook f4 then. Arjun's still playing. Cool, guys. That's this week of Title Tuesday. Sure. I scare night. Yeah, sure. I will see you guys next on this week's Chess This Week if I'm not totally knocked out by the upcoming cold. And next week on Title Tuesday, the next Title Tuesday. Hopefully, where things will be better. But that was this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't, do hit that like button. I don't imagine any non-subscribers out here, but in case, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And see you all guys really soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye. See you. Yeah, and do join the Discord link if you haven't joined so far. And see you all there on Discord. Bye-bye.